All right, top 5 R&B.
R&B, okay.
This is gonna be tough.
Ooh, this is gonna be tough, but can I include groups?
Sure.
Yeah, like
So
if you, if you wanted to like what is like New Edition stuff, like for example, like that.
Yeah,
kind of,
okay.
so,
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was for my top 5. My top 3 would be Guy, and then another Teddy Riley group, Blackstreet, and then Jodeci. That would be my top 3.
Okay.
That would be my top 3. And within that, the lead singers that were within that group, you know what I'm saying? Like Aaron Hall, one of my favorite singers. JoJo and KC definitely influenced me big time, especially coming from the church. So, even the individual members from those groups kind of influenced me big time. And then to round off my top 5, it's got to be like Stevie Wonder. I would say Donny Hathaway. And I go back to Donny Hathaway because when I was a kid and I was singing, a lot of people would say I sounded like Donny Hathaway. And he was a bit before my time. So me as a connoisseur of music, I went and listened to his music and I could hear certain qualities in what he was doing. And I was like, wow, I like that. So even within my own artistry, when I was coming up as an artist, I tried to incorporate a lot of that top 5 into what I was doing. I took a little bit from Aaron Hall, I took a little bit from Casey and JoJo. Even from Blackstreet, a lot of people thought that my voice resembled Dave Hollister. That's another favorite singers that a lot of people don't talk about. And his R&B and gospel background, you'll see a theme in that. I really like gravitating towards the guys that can take the gospel and translate that into the R&B market and vice versa. So it was good to see some of my brothers that I really like growing up listening to, like Dave Hollister, actually go back to gospel because that's where it started. And, that's my top 5 on R&B, but it can get even deeper than that. There's so many good artists.
Yeah, talk about this all night. There's so many dope artists.
Yeah, y'all really notice I didn't mention Michael Jackson. I didn't mention Chris Brown. I didn't mention Usher. Those guys would all be really included in those
top 20 at least.
My top 10. Only reason why I didn't mention Michael Jackson number 1 is because when I was growing up, he was bigger than music. He transcended music. As a kid.
Yeah, he's like all time. Yeah, it's not just R&B.
Like that, I didn't feel like Michael Jackson's status was attainable. Yeah. I didn't feel like that was attainable. What he did.
He's bigger than Elvis to me, right?
He is the biggest artist that we can ever think of. Right. You can talk about.
You can't put him in the
numbers all you want to. Numbers, numbers aren't nothing compared to what Michael Jackson was able to do industry-wide. Yeah. So I don't want to, with my top 5, I don't want to poo-poo on any of those artists. But anything from that lineage is going to be great. Usher comes from the Michael Jackson lineage. You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown comes from the lineage of Michael Jackson. And those guys on their own are just phenomenal artists. And I just look at those guys as like the pinnacle. You might not be able to reach
James Brown was Michael Jackson.
And then you can even go deeper than that because James Brown is not my era, but because of my musical influences from family and my mom, I heard James Brown so much in my era that it probably felt like I knew his music even more than I knew some of the
most sampled musician of all time.
Artist of all time. Yeah. That's a fact. So the R&B list, man, could get real sick because I didn't even name off the women. I guess you would have to have a list of like for women because I didn't name Whitney Houston. I didn't say Aretha. I didn't say Patty. That deserves its own list in itself. Yeah. I didn't name Mariah. And then we have so many young ones that are great. Janet was great.
Sade, my favorite.
Sade. It's so many great artists in this industry. It will always be debatable, and it'll always change based on your emotions. When you're going through some stuff, you might put Sade in your top 10. When you want to party it up, Beyonce might be in your top 10. Music is so controlling of the emotions that it will even determine who you like at the time and who you don't like at the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I think Drake is going through right now. With that beef with Kendrick, I think he kind of, you know, he got mobbed and people were kind of in the moment, they're feeling like, well, maybe Drake ain't what I want to listen to. You know what I'm saying? So music and emotional ties to that music can really
controls the emotions of the consumer.
Man. Oh man, you have no idea. No idea.
That's why you got to go out there and pick up that Al Davis. Just the producer right here, man. I know Al Davis is the shit. He's the one, he's the man. Al Davis Legacy Volume 2.
Trying to drop some hits, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Trying to drop some hits.
BC Naj, any questions you got from my man Chris?
A lot of, like, you know, off the, you know,
off the books?
Yeah.
Okay.
He wants to get off the books.
Okay. Let's talk about where we can find you at, where these young, aspiring artists can hit you up for artist development, production, engineering. Where can we find Chris at?
It is real simple. You guys can find me at successavmedia.com. Or you can just look me up on Instagram, man. I'm real personable. You can DM me. Give me anytime. My Instagram is the infamous Chris Hollywood. So give me there. It's work.
That's work. That's work. Well, we about to get up out of here, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you, man.
Oh man, they've been trying to get at me for a minute.
Finally got him
I've
on.
been fighting it and
some industry stories.
putting it off, man. Hopefully you guys have me back and we can really get into
Yeah,
it.
We're gonna have to smoke one with you next
We're
time.
gonna
Oh,
have to
yeah,
smoke boxes
yeah,
next
yeah.
time. We're gonna be celebrating.
Hey, I'm gonna have y'all come to my studio. We'll do it at my
Let's
studio.
do it.
Okay.
Like I said, we always go to different locations. That's the
Y'all
fun
can see
part.
how I'm working and we
Season
can
2.
talk.
Season 2 then.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right,
Let's do it.
season 2 coming up. Smoke Box with Chris Allen. But for now, this is episode 8. I'm Black Martian. BC Naj behind the scenes. Chris Allen.
Hey, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
We out. Peace.